You've been protected from a setup planned by two family members. Archangel Michael says, at exactly 2:14 a.m. last night, a spiritual shield was placed around you. It wasn't random. It was done to intercept a setup planned by two family members you trusted the most. What they were organizing behind closed doors would have shattered your name, your peace, and your divine path. The truth is now surfacing slowly, like a crack spreading across glass. It's delicate, yet unstoppable. One of them had already spoken your name to a person with legal power, intending to drag you into confusion and accusations. The second member, silently supporting, was waiting to benefit from your downfall. Archangel Michael says, they didn't expect divine protection to intercept their steps this early. Their whispers, their forged papers, and their scheming were watched by the heavens. Now, the setup they designed for you is collapsing, and their secrets are beginning to reveal themselves in subtle, shocking ways. Someone in your family saw you as a threat, not for what you did, but for who you're becoming. Your spiritual glow, your blessings, and your quiet strength started to disturb the shadow they've been living in. Instead of healing themselves, they tried to dim your light by labeling you wrongly. Type Amen to get blessing 118. They attempted to make your truth look like a lie, and your silence seem like guilt. A certain phone call they made on July 14 at 6:32 p.m. will be the clue that exposes them. This call was meant to trigger something dangerous for you, but the line didn't go through completely, and that was divine intervention. There's a piece of paper they tried to sign in your name. It holds something about property or finances tied to an elder in the family, perhaps something left to you in trust. That paper has now gone missing from their drawer, and they're panicking in silence. Archangel Michael says, you are not imagining this tension in your body or the restlessness in your sleep. The spiritual realm has been battling in your favor for the last 48 hours. Each strange dream, every chill you've felt, was not random, it was a warning and protection merged as one. They tried to send someone to speak to you, pretending to care. But this person was only sent to gather your words, record your emotions, and trap your honesty. Thank your instincts, they told you not to share too much, and that's exactly what saved you. Type Amen to get blessing 674 now. One of these family members is starting to withdraw from the setup. Not because they feel guilty, but because they are scared of being caught. The second one is still pushing forward, unaware that divine timing has now placed a mirror in front of their actions. You will soon overhear something or see a message that confirms what you felt all along. It may come in the form of a mistaken text, a letter on the wrong table, or a call that wasn't meant for your ears. Whatever form it takes, it will be the moment your suspicion turns into truth. Archangel Michael says, the reason you are being protected is because your destiny cannot be stolen, only delayed, and only if you let it. You didn't deserve the trap they tried to set, in fact, you were too kind in letting them close. But heaven sees what you don't say out loud, and your reward for enduring in silence is coming. A woman involved in this setup has started to experience things she cannot explain. Flickering lights in her home, lost items, and recurring nightmares. This is the spiritual warning she's ignored. But now, she's starting to understand that the energy she tried to throw your way has reversed its path. Type Amen to get blessing 949. Your name was written down. A plan was scheduled for the next family gathering. A conversation was to be staged, with others watching, to corner you. But someone is about to back out from that gathering, and that will make the setup fall apart completely. Don't confront them. That's not your battle to fight with human hands. What is being handled for you is beyond what words can undo. It is a cosmic rearrangement for your safety and elevation. Archangel Michael says, they wanted you to lose favor, love, and support, but what they'll lose is sleep, control, and peace. Your silence is about to be louder than their accusations. Soon, someone will come to you with an apology you never expected. It will begin with trembling lips and eyes filled with shame. You've been spared not just from false accusations but from spiritual damage they tried to inflict. One of them even went to a person who claims to shift energy or channel power. They tried to influence your emotions from afar. But every move they made was seen by your guardian. Type Amen to get blessing 821. You'll soon notice that things around you feel lighter. Your room, your body, and even your dreams will start to feel more open, more peaceful. This is not a coincidence. This is the effect of chains being broken. One of the family members who stayed silent during your struggle is finally ready to choose a side. They have seen too much, heard too much, and no longer want to be part of the shadow. This person will help you without exposing themselves fully, but their support will shift everything. Archangel Michael says, in the next 3 days, you may receive something unexpected in the mail or as a message. It will confirm your protection. Look out for numbers repeating, clocks freezing for a second, and people acting strangely when you enter the room. These are signs that what was hidden is now being shown to you. You were not abandoned. You were being observed and preserved, so that when this setup failed, you could rise with clean hands and divine backing. The reward coming to you is not just justice, it is restoration of dignity, finances, and peace. Type Amen to get blessing 722. You'll soon hear someone say, I didn't know it was going to go this far. That will be your cue. Do not respond with anger. Respond with awareness, because now, heaven is on your side. A document with your name on it is being investigated. You were meant to sign it under false pretenses, but now it has come under review. And that review will save you from a future that wasn't meant for your name. Archangel Michael says, they thought you wouldn't find out. They thought your kindness would blind you. But your spirit is too sharp, and your angels are too alert. As of today, the heavens are shifting your name out of that storm. A new path is opening, and your name is being restored in places they tried to stain it. Now is the time to breathe differently, walk differently, and expect divine favor like never before. Type Amen to get blessing 466. The spiritual setup has backfired. One of them is now being watched, not just by others in the family but also by someone official. This is only the beginning of their undoing. A major reversal is taking place. They will soon face the very pressure they tried to place on you. This is not revenge, it is balance. Archangel Michael says, "Sleep tonight knowing this, you were protected, covered, and preserved, without even lifting your hand. You will be honored soon, and those who believed lies will begin to see clearly. You'll be remembered not for the setup, but for how you survived it with grace." If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. One of them is now trying to cover their tracks by deleting conversations, burning papers, and denying their involvement. But what they don't realize is that the energy of deception leaves behind a stain that cannot be erased. The spiritual realm has already marked every step they took, every word they whispered, and every lie they rehearsed. Someone in the family circle is about to come forward, not because they care about your feelings, but because they are afraid of being associated with the exposure. They will act confused, pretend they didn't know what was going on, and try to get close to you again. This is a test, not a reconciliation. Archangel Michael warns you to trust only what's been revealed to your spirit, not just your ears. Type Amen to get blessing 557. The protection placed over your name is stronger than ever before. Every shadow sent to follow you has been blinded, every path meant to trap you has been sealed. You have entered a new realm of spiritual favor, and even though it came through betrayal, it will lift you to something divine. You will begin to notice people acting strangely when your name is mentioned. Some will go quiet, others will nervously shift the subject. This is because the setup they tried has become a fire they can no longer control. And your name, once tied to false accusations, is now being whispered with reverence and awe. Archangel Michael says, "Someone who heard about this setup is planning to meet you soon. Not to expose the truth out loud, but to give you a clue that will confirm what's been hidden. They'll say something that seems unrelated, but it will unlock your full understanding. Keep your eyes on the woman who wears a mask of sympathy. She has been playing both sides, pretending to be hurt on your behalf while secretly feeding the other side with your energy. Soon, her lies will collide with each other, and the truth will pour out like floodwaters breaking through a dam." Type Amen to get blessing 811. A secret group chat or private conversation has your name in it. They thought you'd never see it, but the universe has already scheduled a way for the contents to be exposed. A screenshot, a forwarded message, or even a phone left unlocked will be the doorway. You may feel heaviness in your chest, random coldness in your spine, or sudden exhaustion. This is spiritual warfare, but the good news is, you're not alone in this battle. Archangel Michael has assigned warriors around you to keep you grounded and protected. Archangel Michael says, you will not have to prove your innocence, truth will do that for you. You will not have to seek revenge, justice will be served beyond your imagination. And you will not have to beg for love or support, because your energy is now attracting people who truly value you. A male relative is being influenced by one of the women involved in this setup. He may seem distant, cold, or even suspicious toward you lately, but don't take it personally. He is being spiritually manipulated and will soon awaken from the illusion. Type Amen to get blessing 390. Your silence is powerful. While they gather, whisper, and stir, your calm is unsettling them. It is making them question everything because you're not reacting the way they expected. The spiritual protection covering you is so intense right now that no weapon formed against you is even allowed to function. They try, but nothing connects. They plan, but everything delays. That's what divine interruption looks like. Archangel Michael says, one of them even visited a spiritual practitioner, hoping to turn others against you. But that practitioner felt an immediate block, an unseen wall of divine resistance. They were told not to proceed, and the warning they received will shake them for weeks. This is the beginning of spiritual harvest. Every seed of faith you've planted, every act of love you've sown, is being multiplied. Heaven is restoring everything they tried to steal: peace, favor, finances, and connections. Type Amen to get blessing 777. One of the two family members involved is now dreaming about you frequently. They see you rising, glowing, and untouchable, and it terrifies them. That's not guilt, it's spiritual recognition of your protected status. A major opportunity that was blocked because of the lies they planted is coming back around. A person who previously doubted you is suddenly reaching out with interest and trust. This reversal is divine, and it marks the start of your public redemption. Archangel Michael says, your ancestors are watching this unfold from the higher realm. They are proud of your strength, your silence, and your discernment. And they are whispering your name in sacred places of favor right now. Even the location of this planned setup will soon carry a strange energy, because what was intended for harm was disrupted by light. You might avoid that space without knowing why, and that's your spirit protecting you. Honor those instincts, they are divine messages. Type Amen to get blessing 982. A final piece of this betrayal will be revealed on an ordinary day. You won't expect it. It may happen during a regular visit, a simple conversation, or a casual encounter. But what will come out will validate everything you've been sensing. Their plan was not just to frame you, but to steal what was rightfully yours: your voice, your reputation, your stability. Now, all of that is returning to you sevenfold. And what they thought they'd gain from your loss is starting to crumble in their own hands. Archangel Michael says, the tables are turning quietly, but powerfully. The next 48 hours will reveal signs of emotional and spiritual liberation. And by the end of this week, something long delayed will finally find its way to your door. Let them talk, let them scheme, because they're no longer speaking over your destiny. They are now speaking into the echo chamber of their own downfall. Your destiny has already ascended beyond their reach. Type Amen to get blessing 144. And one last thing, Archangel Michael says, because you've kept your heart clean even in betrayal, new alliances are being written in your name. A person of great spiritual influence or financial power is being nudged toward your path. They are coming to restore what you lost. You were never meant to live in the shadows of their envy. You are called to walk in the full sunlight of divine purpose, protected and uplifted. And no setup, no lie, no betrayal can stand against the light of who you are. There's a shift in energy happening now, one that even they cannot deny. You'll notice them growing quiet, uncertain, or even overly kind. But don't be fooled, this isn't regret, it's fear wrapped in a disguise. One of them was planning to use an old incident from your past as ammunition. They kept records, held on to old texts, or saved screenshots, waiting for the right moment to damage you. But now, those very documents are under spiritual lockdown. What was meant to expose you will now expose them. Archangel Michael says, someone close to this setup is falling sick, not in body, but in spirit. They can't eat, can't sleep, and are seeing signs in their dreams they can't explain. That's the weight of guilt turning into a spiritual consequence. You may feel an urge to move things around in your house, change rooms, clean corners, throw out old items. Follow that instinct. It's a sign that the spiritual atmosphere around you is being purified and transformed. Type Amen to get blessing 662. They thought they had time to finalize their plan. They thought they'd catch you off guard, but instead, they've caught the attention of the divine. And now, they're trapped in the very storm they created for you. A financial setup was also part of their plan, perhaps to get you to sign something, lend money, or be implicated in a false transaction. But someone you don't expect, a neighbor, a friend, or even a clerk, will intervene unknowingly and break the cycle. Watch for small coincidences. They are actually heaven's fingerprints. Archangel Michael says, you'll receive an unexpected offer in the next 6 days. It may look too good to be true, but it will be confirmation that your blessings are back in motion. Say yes to what aligns with your soul, not what flatters your wounds. The family member who initiated this betrayal once cried with you, dined with you, and pretended to celebrate your wins. Now, their mask is slipping. Even their voice will sound different to you, because your spirit can no longer be fooled. Type Amen to get blessing 888. This entire experience was a test, not of your patience, but of your power. And you passed, not because you fought back, but because you remained centered in truth. That's what makes you unstoppable now. They've been watching you from a distance, waiting for signs of weakness, waiting for you to fall. But instead, you've become stronger, more silent, and more radiant. They don't understand how, because they don't know who walks with you. Archangel Michael says, there is a sacred reversal now happening. You will hear something shocking in casual conversation. Someone will mention a date, a person, or an action that connects all the missing dots. That is when the final truth will drop like thunder. You've been protected not just from an incident, but from long-term consequences that could have altered your life for years. That's how deep their plan was. But your calling was too high to be trapped by such low energy. Type Amen to get blessing 177. A door that was once shut in your face, whether financial, personal, or spiritual, is about to swing open without warning. It will feel too sudden, too perfect, but it's not a trick, it's a divine reward. Step through it without guilt. You earned this through the fire of betrayal. The universe has now shifted certain people out of your timeline. You'll start hearing less from certain individuals, feeling less need to explain or connect. That's not loss, it's protection. Archangel Michael says, they're beginning to fight among themselves. The setup is no longer a united front, now it's turning into blame, denial, and collapse. This is how darkness destroys itself, while light keeps moving forward. You'll soon have a dream that feels so real, you'll wake up with clarity. It may feature one of them confessing, or an object being revealed. Write it down, it's a spiritual message with layers you'll understand later. Type Amen to get blessing 304. An old friend is about to resurface, not as a distraction, but as a guide. They will say something that confirms what you suspected, even without knowing what's been going on. They were sent to show you that your support system is deeper than the betrayal you endured. Something you lost will be found again. It may be physical, a piece of jewelry, a key, a photo, or emotional like trust, laughter, or peace. This is the restoration phase of your protection. Archangel Michael says, in the next 72 hours, someone will try to clear the air with you. But they won't tell you the full truth, they'll only admit what they think you already know. Don't let that fool you, the truth is still deeper, and divine justice is still unfolding. You have been chosen not just to survive the storm, but to inherit the peace that follows it. That peace will be so complete that it will feel surreal. Accept it. You don't owe your suffering to anyone's comfort. Type Amen to get blessing 911. A man who was emotionally distant toward you recently will begin to behave strangely, overly kind, or suddenly gone silent. He was pulled into the situation briefly but pulled back out once the truth came to him. This is another sign that your energy is too protected to remain in contaminated spaces. Every accusation they planned will now become a curse they carry. They tried to shift the blame onto you, but instead, they activated their own spiritual debt. This is why their world will now start feeling shaky, unclear, and chaotic. Archangel Michael says, "You are not to retaliate. Your reward will be louder than revenge." Your new season is not about proving them wrong, but proving that peace is more powerful than pain. The one thing they never expected? That you'd be favored by forces they cannot see or control. Now, they are learning the cost of trying to harm someone protected by the divine. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Your story will not end in betrayal, it will rise in elevation. People who doubted you will begin to speak highly of you without understanding why. That's the frequency of truth correcting falsehood. A contract, a job offer, or a spiritual upgrade is making its way into your life. It may be delayed by hours or days, but it is guaranteed, it is sealed in light. Get ready to receive without guilt. Your silence during the betrayal has created thunder in the spirit realm. Archangel Michael himself stood before you and broke the chains that were being formed in secret. And now your path is free, clear of traps, filled with light, and leading straight into purpose.